So I read an article recently in a cultural magazine. It was talking about comedians and how they get to, hold a mirror up to society and do things that other people can't. Just say things that other people can't say. Do things that other people can't do. So I thought I'd pull out some nuts. This stuff is nuts. So yes, you are once again correct. I got some questions, thought-provoking questions I wrote out for everybody. Alright, get ready to think. Are you ready? Yeah. Most of you didn't say anything, so I'll assume you're idiots, I guess. There should be an easier way to fake an orgasm as a man. Like a pre-filled condom. Some kind of system of pulleys. Something like that. Do you think juggalos vote? You have sex a little before midnight. You start having sex. And stop a little after midnight. Or later, whatever. Depending on how long you have sex. Can you say you've been having sex for 2 days straight? No? Alright. I've gotten hairier as I've gotten older. As we all know, hair is dead skin cells. Or dead cells of general kind. I guess I'm dying quicker. Which sucks. What if, when you're dying, instead of just like dying, you started just to turn into a giant piece of hair? That would really change funerals. A lot of people would say things like, Grandma, she was so lustrous at the end. No split ends. What a fighter. Do you ever see an old person on the street and talk to them? And you think to yourself, I wish I knew that guy when he was young, because he's so interesting. And then I wouldn't be so afraid of him. You know what bird I'd be most surprised to see on the street? An ostrich. What if the ostriches had beat us, instead of the other way around? We'd be the ones in the zoos, with ostriches watching us. We'd be living in like a little house with no front walls so they could see into our daily lives. Just their like wrinkled gray heads staring at us, kind of bobbing, while we, ate, went to the bathroom, surfed the internet, and just be, their heads like bobbing, talking to each other. Wrong! They say to one another, bobbing their heads, eating soft pretzels, wearing baseball caps. Alright, one more thoughtful question. Well, this isn't a question. But I like the way the show is going so far for me. Because you guys are like confused and uncomfortable, maybe. That's what I'm really looking for. Because it's not really that funny, right? It's just kind of sad. You just keep staring at me, thinking like, what is he doing or thinking about? Does he feel bad? It's like I imagine. It's like this thing I imagine sometimes. where there's a coffee table book of famous rolls, bakery rolls, and sitting in the house of a retired baker. Somebody gave it to him for like a birthday present. They were like, the only thing they knew about him was that he used to be a baker. And they saw this like glossy embossed book. And like, this is the best gift for that guy. And every day he's sitting there in his living room and he's looking at that coffee table book. And he never opens it. Because somewhere in there is a picture of his favorite kind of roll. And he knows that if he ever looked at it, he'd just be confronted with the fact that his life is without point now that he's retired. So he tries to avoid looking at it. But he can't, because it's there. It's kind of shiny. And then later on he dies. There's no joke there. Just the kind of thing that I'm thinking about right now. And now you can think about me thinking it. Yeah, so